Good morning, walkers, walking enthusiasts, fans of the channel, all that sort of thing. It's Angela here, and welcome to Chatty Walks with Angela. And I'm going to say Happy New Year. It's January 2022. It's my first time out filming for a while. Really excited. On a very crisp January morning, we've had sub-zero temperatures overnight, hard frost, and I am on Waterloo Bridge, which I don't often film from actually. As usual, there is a helicopter up there. Oh, and that's the aeroplane flight that I tell you about. If you're ever on a plane and you get this route straight down through the centre of London, one of the best flight routes into the UK, or Heathrow anyway. We are looking at festival here. The Royal Festival Hall's just through there, and you can see through too. I just keep moving this way. Big Ben, which is actually uncovered. Look. Big Ben doesn't have scaffolding on it. For as long as I've had this channel, Big Ben has had scaffolding on it. It's genius, fabulous, amazing. You can actually see Big Ben. Enjoy. Long may it last. We are looking west along the Thames. And this walk is actually a Fleet Street walk. Yep, Fleet Street. And it's kind of off the cuff. Wasn't supposed to be filming this right now. However, the sun is so low in the sky, I can't film the South Bank at the moment. It's too dark and shadowy. So I thought, let's do Waterloo Bridge and Fleet Street. Ooh, love this view. There we go, City of London, cheese grater, walkie-talkies, St. Paul's, other weird names for buildings. Just trying to see if I can find you the Shard. People behind me thinking, why is this woman stopped in the middle of Waterloo Bridge? Because around the world people want to see this stuff. And I'll just do a slow circle, some red double-decker buses there. Back along to the South Bank. So let's head to the North Bank of the Thames. I hope everybody is well as we enter 2022. I'm glad it's 2022. Please may we continue to forge forward and open up slowly and things like that, please. Got some history. I actually haven't done any research for this walk, so any historical information, as usual, please correct. Regular members of this channel know I'm no historian, but I do try and find you some information. So I do have a little article that I found. I've got it on my phone. Bear with me while I open up my phone. And this is really a short piece of information from Londonist. I went onto Wikipedia. The history of Waterloo Bridge is actually quite long. Look it up. And I think this is the second bridge. There wasn't a previous bridge by John Rennie, the same architect whose London Bridge now stands in Arizona. So this was built during the Second World War to replace the first bridge. I think the first bridge was a toll bridge, actually, for quite some time. So this was designed by Sir Giles Gilbert Scott, who I think I read this wasn't really his jam, doing this type of design. Just give you a little view down the river again. Built during the Second World War, largely by women, because it was the war. There we have Uber boats. I really want to do a boat trip. I'm going to write to some of the boat trip companies, say, could I film one of your boat trips that have been kicked out or told off? So the demolition of the first bridge actually freed up hundreds of thousands of tons of stone. It went everywhere, went overseas to various parts of the British world to further historic links in the British Commonwealth of Nations, apparently. The name, I think you probably know, commemorates the victory of the British, Dutch and Prussians at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. It is located at a strategic bend in the river, with good views, as you can see, of Westminster, the south bank, just shown you that, London Eye to the west, just shown you that, City of London and Canary Wharf to the east. And there ends the history lesson and stuff. Now I'm actually going to take you somehow down there onto Victoria Embankment, because I don't normally take Waterloo Bridge, usually take Hungerford. I don't actually know how to get down there, so bear with me while I mess things up. Straight ahead of us you would hit the Strand, and if you just sort of barge straight through those buildings you would end up at Covent Garden. Got dedicated helper with me today. Say hello, dedicated helper.
Hello.
He's all hooded up because it's cold. You're in your hoodie. And he wants very much to go back to the cake and sandwich shop in Covent Garden that we went to when we were filming at Christmas. So
Very nice there.
it was good, wasn't it? It was good. So who knows, we might get an unexpected Friday treat. We've just been to the Royal Festival Hall, filled up on a coffee and a water drink, and now I'm going to try and go down these stairs.
No.
Here we go. Looks like it's headed in the right direction. I hope so. I'm actually going to go along Victoria Embankment rather than the Strand. Partly to capture the sun, and partly because I kind of want to go through one of the temples, Middle Temple. Here we go, down the staircase, glamorously. Here we go. Ta-da! Right, we are out on Victoria Embankment. So I tend to usually rock up there at the end of Hungerford Bridge and go up through Embankment when I'm coming into London. Today, I'll just show you a little map. We are here, River Thames, Waterloo Bridge. Yep, that's it. The City, Temple, Somerset House, Temple, Blackfriars, Strand, Covent Garden, South Bank, much as I've just told you. I'm an expert. Who knew? Have a little staircase up there. That's the other side of Waterloo Bridge. We're headed this way. Absolutely stunning few days we've had, actually. It's been definitely frosty overnight, and I was out walking yesterday morning at about 8. Very, very slippery, and still slippery this morning when we came out, even though it was gone 9 by then. So sub-zero. reaching about 6 degrees during the day. I think we're at the back end of Somerset House here. Yep, there's a sign, Ange, there's a sign. Somerset House. So if we were on the Strand, we would be in Somerset House. But as I said, I've decided to do Victoria Embankment, pointing you towards the river. I love a bit of water. It's not that busy. The trains this morning weren't terribly busy. Oh look, this is the back entrance to the Somerset House. I did not know this was here. Welcome to Somerset House. And Beano, the art of breaking the rules, until March 2022. I also didn't know that was there. My apologies. Skate till 16th of January. So you can still skate here till the 16th. Today is the 14th, so only a couple of days left. I'm a terrible ice skater. I did learn with the lad, because the lad did quite a lot of ice skating. He even did ice hockey, didn't you?
Yeah, I used to.
He used to be an ice hockeyist when he was quite young. Found all the gear a bit uncomfortable. What with having dyspraxia and all,
Yeah,
doesn't help. Doesn't help things. We are at Temple Pier. Anyone seen the TV drama Temple? Set around Temple Station. What's his name? Is it Mark Strong? I think that's his name. Watched all of them now. Don't know if they're going to make another one. The other actor, is it Daniel Mays, I think? Love him. I don't know what this is here. What's it say? Salsa, pasión, espíritu, cultura. Is that right? Anyway. Is it like an eating or drinking place or something? Ooh. If it is, I can do a price check. Let's have a look. Yep, it's an eating place. Okay, what do we got? Tapas. Calamari. Is that $5.95? Sticky chicken wings. $5.45. So that's your tapas. Sharing planks. Choose 3 for £12.45. Choose 5 for £18.45. Choose 7 for £23.45. So there you go. Bit of a price check there. That's a tapas place. Love a bit of tapas. Toot Bus London. It's empty. It looks like either they've got no customers or they're going somewhere. Oh, Sea Container's house. I remember Sea Container's house. And the Doggett. I mentioned the Doggett pub before. And that would be Blackfriars Bridge just along there in that case. I'm not quite sure which way to go now. Let's go, should we try this way? Well, let's go through a park. Let me just have a look. Lost as always. You are here at Temple. Okay. I think we're going to do Middle Temple Lane. Let's walk along a little bit further and go through Middle Temple Garden. How does that sound? And up to Fleet Street. There'll be other walks with the Strand, don't worry. Also, there's that bus trip that I did. Took us along the Strand. Check it out. If you like to see a little bit of a London bus trip, that was from Victoria through to Liverpool Street on the bus. I had hoped to do a Christmas bus tour, because there's loads of public service buses give you pretty good Christmas lights experience. Never got round to it. Time, life, stuff. Impossible to film in London without sirens at some point. I wonder if we'll get across before this green man goes red. Oh yeah. Just crossing Temple Place, and now, as you can see from our little chap with a shield, we are entering the City of London, leaving the City of Westminster. So this marks the boundary between the City of London, there it is, City of London in case nobody knows, the boundary between the City of London and the City of Westminster.
What, from here?
I think this guy might be doing a tour actually.
We should all have a sword then.
Probably knows far more about it than I do. So if you caught what he was saying, listen. I don't know what road number Victoria Embankment is. King's Cross, Holborn in that direction. That it is. Temporary access. Okay. I wonder what this is. I don't know what this is. Looks like the tour parties. Oh, it's Middle and Inner Temple. Are we allowed in? I'm just going to go find out, actually. I think we are. I think I've heard that there's public access. Oh, we're not allowed to bring a dog in. That's okay. I've got one. The temple. Middle Temple. Oh, this is so exciting. Inner Temple. So there's the gardens. I think there are times of public access. Doesn't think it's public access right now. And if you were with the tour party, you could learn all sorts. Now, I do have some notes about the temples. Let me just see. So this is the Inns of Court, part of the Inns of Court. So in the 14th and 15th centuries, it's telling me beware of traffic. I certainly will. 14th and 15th centuries, there were more than 20 inns. There we are, number 3 Temple Gardens next to us. And it's got names of people. Not all law people, I don't think, anymore. I think they rent them out to others. So if I just show you, okay, so this particular one here, it says 1879 AD. And as I said, you can see sort of names of people that practice from here. I won't put their names, that's a bit rude. But there you go. There is a tour party coming behind us. I'd rather get ahead of them than behind them, unless I want to pinch the information that the tour guide is giving them. So here we are, deep in Temple land, deep in the Inns of Court. So as I said, 14th and 15th centuries, more than 20 inns. They were built on property that belonged to the Knights Templar. Ah yes, the Knights Templar. In the 14th century. Have anyone seen that TV show Vikings? I think they had some stuff. There you are. Number 2 Harcourt building. So there you are. Here's chambers. We've got chambers in there. There's a baroness I see listed as well. Today the 4 principal Inns of Court are Lincoln's Inn, that's Lincoln's Inn, Lincoln's Inn Field, Middle Inn, Inner Inn and Gray's Inn. Here we have Ashley Building, Middle Temple Treasury Offices. Okay. In the 16th century, the Inns of Court provided accommodation for those who worked in the law courts, just in case you're not sure. So the Inns of Court were actually accommodation for people that worked in the courts, provide training for barristers and legal services. So Middle Temple, where we're kind of hanging out now, was built between 1562 and 1573. Shall we have a nose through here? People who really know their stuff about the temples, pop it in comments. As I said, I didn't actually know I was going to come through here today. I've got a few little notes stashed away. I've got notes about just about everywhere in London, on devices here and there. Luckily it's on my mobile phone today. So the Inner Temple Garden, 12:30 till 3, Monday to Friday. Resident dogs only. So I'm just going to poke you through there so you can see that's Victoria Embankment. Nice big skyscraper ahead. There we go. Crown Office Chambers. Middle Temple Hall, and I don't know where that is, we may have it behind us somewhere, is one of the best examples of an Elizabethan hall in the UK. Also historical about Middle Temple is that in February 1602, Shakespeare's actors, the Chamberlain's men, gave the first recorded performance of the Twelfth Night in Middle Temple Hall. Now you see, I look at that building and I ask myself, could that be Middle Temple Hall? The back of it? I don't know. Sorry guys and girls. As I said, please get yourself a registered tour guide when you're looking around London. Not amateurs like me. Okay, so I'm going to point you at the garden again. Very traditional looking buildings. Another view of the garden. Got quite a few plants coming out at the moment that wouldn't normally come out at this time of year. Simply because we've had mostly good weather. I'm going to actually head back along the road I was at because it was kind of cute. And I think that will take us up to Fleet Street. In the Great Hall, Middle Temple, and as I say, the building I just pointed you at, maybe it. Don't take my word for it. The bench table was a gift from Queen Elizabeth I in the 1560s. It is 29 feet long, 9 metres, and made from a single oak tree that was floated down the Thames from Windsor Forest. Exciting, huh? Oops, I'm going to lose my notes. Now my notes think I want to edit my notes. Oh, a little spot in there. I'm going to run across before the DPD van. It's very glamorous, isn't it? Got all sorts. And a DPD van. Middle Temple Estates office. Okay. Is there a way out along here? Am I going to have to do an about turn? Let's see. Oh, look at all those bikes. Lots of bikes. Ooh. So quiet. Lamb Building. Lamb Building. Elm Court. Little garden. Very nice here. Very cute. Oh, can I get out? Yeah! I've got to go back on myself. Woo. Hey, we caught up with the tour party again. Quick, listen, learn. So we just came up through there. There you go. More than one tour party here, actually. Popular spot. Oh, what's this? Middle Temple Hall, the one I just told you about. As I said, the Chamberlain's men. In February 1602, Shakespeare's actors gave the first recorded performance of the Twelfth Night in here. Parliament Chambers, Queen's Room, Prince's Room, and then you have the symbol of Middle Temple. See that little golden lamb? Sheep. And as I said, the bench table, a gift from Queen Elizabeth I. Single oak tree floated down the Thames from Windsor Forest. There you go. Well, I didn't expect to see this today, so you can tell I'm really excited. Get very interested in this stuff. Oh, the winged horse Pegasus is apparently the badge of Inner Temple. Look at that up there. I assume that was built in 1685. I don't know if you can see. Try and remember my Latin. Discita justitiam moniti. Somebody far cleverer than me. Translate, please. I only did Latin for like 3 years and I've forgotten it all. Had a classics teacher. Did Greek mythology, Latin, balloon, below, all that sort of stuff. Do you do that anymore at school? So, wandering about aimlessly. Oh, there we go. Brilliantly, the temple fountains sparkled in the sun, and laughingly its liquid music played, and merrily the idle drops of water danced, and peeping out in sport among the trees plunged lightly down to hide themselves. And that's Martin Chuzzlewit from Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens hung out a lot in this area. It's absolutely beautiful, actually. So Charles Dickens hung out a lot around here. Lincoln's Inn Fields, I think if you look at my video up in the link around Lincoln's Inn Field, yeah, he got a lot of inspiration and also saw a lot of poverty. So he was both inspired and horrified by the social differences around London. Right, let's head this way. Quick run after the tour party. Learn. Ooh, those people just came through there. I'm going to see if I can get through there. It's beautiful. Enjoying it, dedicated helper?
Yes, quite Londony here, I like it.
It is very Londony here. It's got that feel, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed.
So that's Devereux Chambers. I'm going to stop my notes now because that's about all the notes I have. I did make detailed notes, but who can read them all when you're walking and filming? So that would take you to Essex Street, Temple Underground Station, where you won't find Mark Strong and Daniel Mays hanging out, apart from on the telly. Right, let's come through here. And we have another little square. Security office. Essex Court. We are in Essex Court now. Lovely. Brick Court. So as I said, anybody who's an expert on the inns, do pop information, useful, positive information, into comments. Always welcome. So we're in Brick Court. That's Hare Court. I think we're going to go to Fleet Street in a moment, unless I'm missing out terribly through not going through there. So there we go. Another view down. Okay, let's head to Fleet Street. And it's pretty narrow through here, actually. So this says maximum width at top of lanes 6 foot 6 inches. I'm not going to convert that into meters. Dead slow, beware ramps. All right then. I think I see the tops of the Royal Courts of Justice just through. If you look up, you see that. So we must be heading to Fleet Street right now. Long shadows. Deep midwinter. We are in deep midwinter now. weather enthusiasts of a cold persuasion search for snow at this time of year. Fruitlessly. Fruitlessly. Don't get much snow in London. More the London area. Okay, we're going to come through here. It's cute. Middle Temple Lane, okay, so just to confirm, Fleet Street. We are now on Fleet Street. So again, we got a great big creature up there telling us that we're at the junction of the City of Westminster and the City of London. And this is the Royal Courts of Justice. Fleet Street Press, I've been in there. Not bad actually, had a decent coffee in there. Pretty busy, it gets quite popular. But yeah, we were there on a quiet day, it was fine. So just leaving the Strand, just about to walk along Fleet Street. Old Bank of England's there, just so you know, okay? Old Bank of England. Now bear with me a sec, I'm going to dig out my Fleet Street. Actually, I don't have Fleet Street notes. I have a website that's got some information. So let me dig that out for you a sec. Okay, so I've had a look at my notes and we're starting actually on the Strand with, as usual, an incredible amount of building work. Here's the George pub, which I don't actually have any information about, but it's a nice looking building. And there's Devereux Court back through in the Inns of Court. So I'm just going to pick up on a couple of things here. Most importantly is Twinings. There it is. Twinings Tea Museum, here we are. The oldest shop in the City of Westminster, because we haven't actually crossed over the border into the City of London. It's just over there. This is the oldest shop in the City of Westminster, and it has traded in the same site with the same family and the same products since it was founded in 1706. Okay, so they've been really kind and let me film in here, so let's go have a look what's inside the Twinings Tea Shop on the Strand. Jane Pettigrew's World of Tea, got some lovely cups, £20, £30 for the cups. And then we've got lots of tea on sale, mango and strawberry, £2.50. Bio blends, £4. Might have to, I think maybe I should buy some tea just to say thank you for letting me film. So we've got a Twinings London edition here. It was £9, now £4.50 in the sales. There you go. Lovely. Very nice. People doing tea stuff. Signature was £30, now £24 in the sale. Jubilee loose leaf gift tea. Okay, nice little boxes that they're in and everything. And here we are. And that's it. Twinings Tea on the Strand. Oldest shop in the City of Westminster. So that was so sweet letting me film in there. Thank you very much, really appreciate it. House of Twinings, founded in 1706 by Thomas Twining, who purchased Tom's Coffee House at the back of this site. There you go. In 1717 he opened the Golden Lion, selling dry tea and coffee. Now next to it we have what used to be Lloyd's Bank. It is now divided. It is a Starbucks, okay, so here's the Starbucks. I wonder if it's pretty good inside actually, because this particular Lloyd's Bank was the most ornate bank. It's a beautiful bank, lots of lovely stuff in it. Let me just show you along here so you can see the old entrance. And crossover, run some people over. So here we go. Lloyd's Bank Limited Law Courts branch, because we're right opposite the law courts here. Just going to move it over there. Lloyd's Bank. There you go. Law Courts branch. As I said, don't actually sure what's going on in there these days. And next to it we have Outer Temple. And we're going to head this way now, past the building site, past the courts of justice, past that wee dragon creature, and entering the City of London along Fleet Street. See you there in a sec. If you look at this building here, so we've got Child & Co banking now, and this marks the start of Fleet Street. We're kind of blocking people traffic here. I'll just show you that. So that's Child & Co. Now, why am I showing you Child & Co banking? It's because it's on the site of the old Devil pub. The old what, I hear you asking me? Say what? Yes, we are at number 2 Fleet Street here. Well, actually it says number 1, but anyway. Site of the Devil Tavern, demolished 1787. So the full title was The Devil and St Dunstan. Check out my other video that has St Dunstan's Church. And there was a sign here that had the devil's nose being tweaked by pincers wielded by the saint. It appears in a Hogarth illustration, and the dramatist Ben Jonson established the Apollo Club here, named after a room in the pub. A bust of Jonson and a plaque carrying a verse used to be mounted over the door of this room. And these items are still in Child's Bank, which is what we were just looking at. Members of the Apollo Club included Shakespeare, Ben Jonson, Jonathan Swift, Oliver Goldsmith, and Dr. Samuel Johnson. So there, number 2 Fleet Street. So here we are back at Middle Temple, just there. And I'm going to aim you down Fleet Street now and read off an article that I found on the internet, because I haven't made notes of Fleet Street. Now, Wildey and Sons Limited, one of the oldest bookshops in this area, if not the oldest, since 1830. Still, oh no, they're not going anymore. It's too late. No, that is so sad. So, oh, that was Temple Church that we were looking at just now. Remember I said, is that the back of Temple Hall? No, that's Temple Church. I dash down here and just show you. Here we go. Do not smoke. Will not, okay. Temple Music Foundation Coexist House. So let's just pop down here and have a look at the church. So we looked at the back of it. I wondered if that was Temple Hall. It's, you know, not a qualified guide. I'm seeing Antonou, the second floor there. Usually from Cyprus if they're in Antonou. Right, there we go. Okay, so there's the church. Lovely, very nice. So see, I did miss something when I didn't go down a side street. It's not always a good rule for life to go down all the side streets, but in this case, would have brought us here. Okay, head back to Fleet Street, Falcon Chambers, Goldsmith Building. Here we used to hang out at the Devil's What's It. It's so pretty over here, it really is. Keep wanting to follow yet more side streets. Anyway, let's go this way. So we're heading back onto Fleet Street, the former home of London's newspaper industry, and actually still frequently used as a generic term for the national press. Okay, that's starting to fall out of use now after everybody relocated. And I'm using Hidden London for information on Fleet Street today, because I have not curated notes. Now, the pretty terrible thing is that lots of stuff is shut now. Some of the oldest banks in the country. Oh, look at that. The Automobile Association opened its first office in this building in 1905. There you go, former home of the Automobile Association. I've got a video that's got the Royal Automobile Club as well, in the back streets of sort of Buckingham Palace and what have you along there. I have been in there. I used to be in there quite a lot because I used to work in this area. So most of these pubs and restaurants and cafes I've been in at some point. Whitby and Son. So they do. I'm guessing. Oh no, I thought it was going to be Suits. No, chiropodists. So you still get some old signs of the city as it was. Fleet Street with Dundee Evening Telegraph, People's Friend, People's Journal. Let's get the other side of this FedEx van. People's Journal, Dundee Courier. Here. Little hints here and there left behind. The street originally emerged from the western edge of the City of London. And it actually, just ahead we're going to get to Ludgate Circus, and the River Fleet was there actually. So the River Fleet, oh here we have sight of the Mitre Tavern, which I haven't done some research about, so I can't tell you about it. Just give you a quick look up Fleet Street. There we go. So the River Fleet actually ended up kind of an open sewer, which is kind of unpleasant, so it was covered up. Fleet Street's association with printing began in 1500 with the pioneer Wynkyn de Worde. I'm really sorry, I don't know how to say that. And he produced nearly 800 books in his offices near Shoe Lane. I used to work at Shoe Lane. So you can see we're having another look through at the temples, inns, things like that. There you go, we've got Mitre Court buildings through there. So up until the 1700s, the printing industry absolutely flourished. At the beginning of the 18th century, the first daily newspapers were published, and it became very, very busy along here. The connecting routes between the twin centres of London, as you know, City of Westminster, City of London. It has been called a double street because there was so much going on. Oh, Secret Garden. Let's have a look at this. Look. Secret Garden. I wonder what happens in Secret Garden. It says Apex Hotels, Temple Court. Ooh. I'm shy to go in there in case, you know, it's private. So it was incredibly busy along here. There was so much going on in its alleys and passageways as there was on Fleet Street itself. There were signboards over every doorway, and one of them actually fell down in 1718, killed 4 people, including the King's jeweller. Dr. Samuel Johnson lived in Gough Square from 1748 until 1759, and that's where he compiled his first comprehensive English dictionary, and it's actually been restored to its original condition now. A collection of period furniture, prints, portraits, and there's a statue of his cat outside, Hodge. And so 19th century came along, massive circulation among the newspapers produced here. Satires, scandals, you name it, they wrote it up. John Bull, William Cobbett, the Daily Telegraph, arriving in 1855, soon outselling the Times. And the Evening Standard in 1860, a counterpart of the Times, and so on. And that led to all the other businesses in this area leaving, in effect, because it just got taken over by the newspapers. And as you saw from the building, regional newspapers, the Yorkshire Post, Manchester Guardian, they also opened London offices, absolutely packed. But 20th century, national newspapers and the like became less. Oh, there's the old Yorkshire cheese. I think this one here, if I'm right, is the old Express building. I might be wrong on that. I think it's the old Express building. Apologies if that's incorrect. And those who were around at the time may remember that during the 1980s a massive relocation happened. And people started moving out of Fleet Street. Reuters, I think, stuck around until 2003, and now you've sort of got law offices, investment companies, management consultants, shops, takeaways, the usual combos actually. Oh, and look, the Fleet conduit stood in this street providing free water 1388 to 1666. There we go. There we got a view here. That's Shoe Lane. Just mentioned Shoe Lane to you. As we approach Ludgate Circus, and once you cross Ludgate Circus, you much more feel that you're at the far end of the actual City of London, the financial area. I used to work just across there at Blackfriars. What have we got here? St Bride's Church. So we have St Bride's Church here. It's a free lunchtime recital, Tuesdays and Fridays. It's Friday today, so there'll be a free recital there today. And as I said, we're coming up to Ludgate Circus now. I'm not going to continue on to St Paul's. Do check out my other walk that heads you up towards St Paul's. I'm going to redo that walk maybe this year. City of London again. There you are, Bride Lane here. And I still have a real fondness for this part of London. I know some people have commented, you know, a lot of London areas have lost their old charm and the sort of more downbeat feel that some places have. And I get that. And this area is somewhere in between. When I used to work here, it didn't look like this. Farringdon. As I said, St Paul's, let me just get you into the middle as much as possible. So yeah, just about catch St Paul's Cathedral there. And then that will take you down to Blackfriars and Blackfriars Bridge. Probably do a walk around there at some point as well. I got a long list, and I know quite a few of you have asked for Greenwich and Greenwich Park. That's quite near the top of the list, but I'm just waiting till it's a bit safer to travel on the underground, so I just tend to take the train at the moment. And let's finish with a view up Fleet Street. So I very much hope you enjoyed this walk of, the inn's middle temple is fantastic, really pretty, and ending up at Fleet Street. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.